So you got to say got it, or you leave the meeting.
Hi, Bob.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good. I couldn't help but hear about talking about having something over party over at your house. I'm there.
Actually, I'm at your house, Bob, and I figured we could bring you. No.
At least my lawn is mowed, though. I mean, you know, Dana.
Bring the lawnmower too, Bob, please. Mine broke, actually. I got the first sit-down lawnmower I've ever owned. I got. You know, Dad used to mow the lawn with just a blade, and it worked
Well,
fine.
when you have as much acreage as you do, Dana, you know,
It's not that big. It's, you know, Greg will tell you. It's
What
could hire a
on?
couple of-
What do you want? An acre, Dana?
no.
I
Oh
don't
no.
think so.
Only I don't know. Maybe
You
Three
could probably
quarters.
jump off the porch and be in the water, right? No.
3/4. Yeah, but I mean, whatever. Now that we're talking about it, whatever day works for everybody. Like I don't know, maybe a Sunday afternoon. You know, I'd love to have everybody over.
Okay.
very generous, Dana. Thank you.
No, my pleasure.
I usually just borrow a farmer's sheep and they come out here and do care of my lawn.
That's a good idea. They definitely get it down to the root.
No, I have a landscaping service. There's no mowing of this lawn.
Yeah.
Because I'm on just a shade under an acre, so no, I am not even considering it. As I tell people, these do not look like nails. It's shovel or mow. They don't do neither. Not hardly. It takes too long to grow, and these are not store-bought, homegrown.
Mm.
Oh yeah, no, these are my homegrown ones. So no. Mm-mm. We are not mowing, raking. I don't even own a rake. I don't own a lawnmower, rake, shovel. I don't own none of that stuff.
Oh.
So I don't have to check again and see if you have a green thumb. Huh?
I don't even. I have flowers. I have flowers in my flower beds and all that. I don't do any of that. My landscaper takes care of all of that. I do buy them. I did buy them, and in fact, there's some sitting out there now. I saw some nice ones at Home Depot over the weekend, and I lay them right in front of the flower bed so that they got the hint when they come, put them into the ground. But no, I'm not home enough. So when I'm home, I want to relax and enjoy. I don't want to be. Yeah, some people, if you enjoy gardening, some people like to tinkle and be in it. That ain't me. And when I'm home, I want to be able to chill, sit on the deck and relax, you know.
I'm with you, Renee.
You
But
know,
it doesn't work out that way all the time.
yeah.
Does anybody that does lawnmower, does anybody have the new electric versions of lawnmowers? The battery.
I don't know what my guy in Florida may do something. He may have an electric version because I have a service for the house in Florida. But no, I think my guy just does regular. Here comes
amazing when you see somebody with it, just they're going around and it's quiet, you know.
Oh no, my guy here don't have nothing quiet. And it's like when I'm working, get on a conference, the Zoom call. The moment I get on a Zoom call, they pull up with the stuff to do the moment.
Greg knows, he's on a lot of them.
Roberta.
And you know what's nice about the electric is the batteries are all interchangeable. I have a
You have the same product, yeah, generally.
which is nice, you know, and it lasts about an hour. You know, if you don't have a huge, property, it's great for.
Can deal with it.
Oh yeah.
So I think we see Roberta's here now.
Yeah, I think so. She was signing in.
Roberta's here. She's trying to get in, and
Trying to get
she's
in.
Roberta's in, and we're waiting on a Koswa. I think she's having a hard time getting in.
Okay.
I saw Roberta last week at the Senior Heroes Award. She came up and said hi to me.
Oh,
So got a chance to meet her face to face.
Hopefully, we will be able to meet each one of you face to
We
face.
should be able to start that soon. I mean, it's like, you know,
Hi, Roberta.
it is what it is.
There are a lot of events happening this summer. Juneteenth is happening this coming Saturday on the
Right.
green.
Yeah.
not this
Now,
Saturday, next
do
Saturday.
we
I'm
have a
sorry,
booth?
the 18th. I'm sorry,
Do
Saturday.
we have a booth?
We do not. You can reach out to Ricky Tableham,
Okay.
and
Because I know
see if that can be a thing.
Glenda's on the senior the Council of Aging, so they have a
I
booth.
think the city of Framingham may have something. I have a big flyer on it. I just don't know who has booths, because we have it, part of the church, we're doing that, and vaccination, which I'll send to everyone on the committee just so they can share with their folks, but we still doing another big push to get folks vaccinated,
Right, right.
you know.
We've got all the farmers markets beginning too, I think, next week, right? At the Common.
Mhm.
And when is the track?
Mhm.
What about the Wednesday night track? That should be this week coming up, right? The track meets on Wednesdays.
They're still doing that?
I thought they were. I don't know if they did it during COVID, but they have been going pretty strong. That was one of my best places to go recruit football players back in the day.
Ah.
Hey, come here. Where's your mom and dad? Have them come talk.
Are they doing the Metro West Fest at
Yeah.
It's Saturday. It's
Yeah.
Saturday.
This
Yeah,
Saturday.
that's what we're talking about.
That's always a fun time. The food
Yeah.
trucks.
Mhm.
Okay, Noah Koswa.
So much more
I'm
we could do, though,
gonna
isn't there?
send her a link.
Okay, are you ready, Madam Chair?
I'm gonna send a Koswa a link. She said she's trying to get in.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna see. I haven't heard anything since.
And while I'm thinking of it, Michael, did you get the notice I sent you? That we're looking, we've got some job opportunities. Did I send that to you already?
No, I got the one about the scholarship, which I passed on to some students, but I haven't got the one about job opportunities yet.
Okay, I'll send you the one on some job opportunities. I'll send that to you as well,
Oh, yeah. I got some
So you
recent
can-
grads who are still looking.
that you can send it out. Mhm.
Definitely.
Well, a scholarship, I'm hoping, I chair the scholarship committee. So I'm a little biased with Bentley students. I'll have a bias with my Bentley students as an alum. So, and and we do not, unlike other scholarships, we do not give it to the school. We give it directly to the student.
Yeah, I saw that
So-
and made sure I told my folks that as well.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great.
And, it's funds that sit there. We had someone donate to the NAACP
Mhm.
years and years ago. So we have an endowment fund that sits there that
Mhm.
does that. So we clearly want to, in this day and age, 5,000 makes a decent dent in some
I
of the,
mean, every dollar and cent helps.
if nothing else, it helped buy books and would pay some of that, your day-to-day
Mhm.
living expenses, which
And
is
I mean-
critical.
I mean, if nothing else, it's $5,000 less than loan someone has to take.
Mhm.
It's
Because these
something.
loans these kids have these days is absolutely ridiculous.
Yes.
Did you guys hear about the mayor of Malden giving all graduating seniors $1,000?
$1,000. Yep, I
He
heard
had
that.
some leftover money from COVID, and he gave all graduating seniors
Seniors
$1,000
Wow.
to go on, to get started.
towards their schooling, trade
Whatever it is
school.
they're getting. Yep. Every
That's-
senior. I thought it was so awesome.
That's really cool.
It was leftover COVID funding that they needed to use, and that's where he, thought to put it. That's
Good use.
really nice.
Because these loans that these young people have, $100,000 in loans, it's just, and that's what they're coming out of school with.
Mhm.
There she
Okay,
is.
I see her.
There's a coastline.
Okay. Who is Pum Castle?
No idea. It's not a name, it's a business.
Oh,
Know that we are admitting. How's this?
So I assume everybody's watching the live coverage tonight.
if we get off of here, I will.
Yes.
Well, I got it recorded, so I'm all set. Curious to see what happens.
Well, I figure whatever I don't hear tonight, by the time you get Good Morning America and Today Tomorrow, you'll hear all the high points anyway.
That's right. That's right.
Okay, it's 7:16, and we have a quorum.
Okay.
Let's get started. Renee is going to be running the election runner because she's better at it than I am.
I'm just trying to get everybody's email address, and then I'll explain a little bit about how it works. And we may not, it depends on if we have positions that are being challenged. If not, we won't need it. But if we do, we're fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I got everybody, I think. BB, Dana, Bob, Renee, Michael. Okay. You can start, Madam Chair. I will add the other voters in that have signed up.
Okay. I received one bio this evening. Someone threw their hat in the ring. Is there anybody else that'd like to send me a short bio to add and throw their hat in the ring? You can do so. I prefer an email
Just for chair?
for any position.
Okay, yeah, I'm interested in the chair position with the commission's, consent.
Okay. Dana's interested in chair, Renee.
Okay, I will put him down as the candidate. Right now, I'm just putting all the voters in. I will, while you continue looking to see if there's other individuals that are interested in running.
Anyone else?
I would also like to put my name in for chair.
Okay.
I will put Michael down for chair. Okay, Coach Higgs, where's your email? REGH. We desperately need a clerk.
We do. Anybody want to nominate a clerk?
Yes, you, BB.
No, I'm leaving.
I
So
know.
that's easy for me. I won't be here. I don't know what you're going to do.
What if we can't find a clerk? I was going to suggest that we all keep track of our own submissions during the meetings and submit them maybe within a
That's
couple
been
days.
asked.
Is that something pleasant?
That's been
Yeah.
asked since November, and that's not quite working out. We've suggested going round robin, everyone taking a turn being clerk for the meeting, and no volunteers as yet. And it's
Yeah.
very hard to chair or co-chair and clerk at the same time.
Oh, exactly.
Once gets missed. Thus, the very brief and only what's required drafts that we have thus far.
Tim was so awesome, though. I mean,
And Tim is phenomenal. Tim was superhuman, and don't even try to be Tim. Like, just it's not possible. God rest
no,
his
he
soul.
was. He sure was. I hope we do something for Tim because he.
Yeah, God rest his soul.
Amazing. You know.
Again, if you look on the open meeting law website, there's very brief requirement. Who was there? What was discussed? All the details don't have to be there. It's not a whole lot. The more details, sometimes more details is good. Too many details is bad. It's not as overwhelming. Tim just was very thorough, and he did it his way, and he was great at it. So I don't want you to be intimidated by our old meeting minutes, our past.
How many people are on the commission? Is this it, or is there more?
Say it again.
How many other people are? Who's missing tonight? Anybody missing?
Who's missing? Niagara's not here. Renan is not here. Renan has to translate tonight. at
Okay.
another meeting for the city. He did say he wouldn't be here. We have not heard from Niagara. Sarah Weimert has moved and is no longer on the commission. Erica resigned. So at the moment, I believe we have 3 seats available.
Okay.
Out of
Or
13,
it'll be 4 after this meeting.
out of 13, Greg, and that's got to be addressed too, after
So,
we,
so to have a quorum, we need to have at least 7. And we've tried, we've had a few discussions in the past about how ways to achieve a quorum. And there was talk of increasing the commission size, reducing the size. If we reduce the size, how hard is it going to be to represent everyone and then get our numbers back up if we need more people? So this is something that's going to have to be discussed on the commission and presented to city council you know, if needed. Um, Gregory and Roberta just come in, so that's looking good for us. Our numbers are increasing. Hopefully they'll continue and it will be a non-issue. The other thing we need to discuss is, I think it's important to bring to city council is seat warmers. Folks are not showing up for months
Mhm.
because what are we going to do about inactive members? There are no bylaws pertaining to that at the moment. We've had people not show up for 6 months at a time. So that needs to be addressed because it does interfere with the quorum. And,
Definitely.
for someone who would like to be active to have the seat. So that's something that should be studied in the future. Okay, let's get started. It's 7:22. And Renee, you want to launch?
Okay, I have entered the individuals, both Dana and Michael's name. Did you want them to speak about anything about why they're interested, a little bit about their background before I launch it? Or you tell me, Madam Chair, how do you want to do it? And I'll just launch the ballots.
We have one bio so far. Dana, would you like to say anything? Seeing as when we go into the ballot, there's no written information for you. Would you like to speak to the
Sure.
commission?
And I don't know if Michael's will show up, so I would have Michael's just speak to it as well.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I was just going to say, I think we have an amazing opportunity here with the city and a new administration, a new mayor, many new city councilors and other elected officials. And I have a great, association with most of them. And I try to not follow any particular political party and just, I look forward to what we can do as a commission. I think this is just an amazing city and love working with you all, of course, and have done, many, as you most know, many humanitarian initiatives, including food drive last year, which was great. And I'm hoping to do another one this year. We just got the green light for that. But it's been a privilege working with you all, and I look to continue, whether or not I'm chairman of the commission.
Thank you, Dana. Michael, would you like to
Thank
say
you.
anything?
Sure. So I'm relatively new to city government. I started serving on this commission just this past November. But even though I'm new to city government, I'm not new to doing diversity, equity, and inclusion work. This is what I do full time at Bentley. So I do a lot of reading and keep up to date about issues related to equity, inclusion, justice. And I have a lot of practice of putting those things into practice. So I'd be excited to have a chance to, chair the commission and help move us forward in doing some of the things that we can do to, make sure Framingham accomplishes what it wants to be as a city, and making sure that all of its citizens are appropriately represented. But again, much like Dana, whether I'm chair or not, I'm looking forward to the work that the commission is able to do going forward.
Thank you.
So you all
Anyone
set,
else?
Madam Chair?
All
You tell
set.
me whenever you're ready.
We can launch.
Okay, hopefully this will work. I didn't test it, but I'm gonna go ahead and launch it. And
Actually, I'd like to put something in the chat. So the commission's vision and mission. That's on
okay,
the
go ahead
city
and do
website
that.
for those
It's
who
gonna
may
take
not.
2 minutes for the launching.
Yep, for those who haven't. This is funny. I'm looking for it, and it took me to Facebook. That's odd.
Does that, doesn't it?
Well, it shows up in Google right at the top, and then it goes into Facebook.
They're probably trying to sell you something, baby.
Maybe I should just ask, is there anyone here who is unaware of the function of this commission and would need it explained to them?
Did
No?
we ever figure out who Puma Castle is?
No, they're a guest, and this often happens. And so long as, they're respectful, they're allowed to stay.
Okay.
All are welcome in a public meeting, as long as they're respectful. Okay, it's not coming up. The link is not sending me to the city's website. It's sending me to Facebook.
Well, our mission statement is also something we are gonna address, correct?
Is it-
Well,
Madam
we've
Chair?
addressed it over and over. It was submitted. It was voted on and submitted. I'm looking for the update. I'm hoping it is here on the website. But the purpose, the mission statement and the vision can always be revamped by the commission. I want to post the purpose of the commission per the city. And I'll put that in the chat. All right. I cannot get to our mission statement for whatever reason. All right.
You
The
should
purpose of the
begin to
commission has
see
been
the
uploaded to the
poll.
chat. I'm sorry?
You should be able to see the launch. Don't mind that it says NAACP Boston. That's the account I ran it from, but it'll say City of Framingham Human Relations Commission. You should be able to soon see it.
Nope.
Are you sharing the screen, Renee? Or are you talking about everyone's email?
You'll see it in your email.
Okay, everyone, check your email for your ballot and the link. And our guest has decided that respect is not going to be a thing in the chat.
I don't understand that comment. I wish he or she would.
Speak up, you can speak for,
I'm sorry, I can't see. Dana, what's the issue?
Puma's
We have a guest in the chat.
comments are not clear.
What was the question?
Profanities and such. So in the chat.
Oh,
So that said, Puma Castle LLC has been put in the waiting room because that is the one rule that is solid.
Yep.
Public participation.
Point of order.
Yes.
I just wanted to know, do you have quorum? How many people isn't it 13? Is this quorum or not?
We do have a quorum. For anyone who doesn't know, this is City Councilor Tracy Bryant from District 9, and she's just, doing logistics, so making sure that we're doing
I'm a
what we're supposed
stickler
to do.
for those.
Yes,
things.
ma'am. We have 8.
All right.
Myself, Renee, Bob, Dana, Greg, Michael, Roberta Akosua. We are 8. So we do have.
All right then. Very good.
So I'm looking at the ballot, it doesn't let you submit it unless you vote for all.
yeah. I marked them because I didn't know people were gonna run.
Okay.
So please just X them. There's nobody in those positions. Greg, just go ahead and mark it. But I had to set it up so that I didn't waste time typing everything when you got here. I set up the 3 positions and just put first name, last name, first name, last name, but nobody ran for those other roles.
There we go. Okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you. I just did it.
I'm sorry for the confusion. I was hoping that people would run for some of those other roles, so I laid them out.
Mhm.
I didn't get the email yet.
Yeah, I would.
You didn't get it, Roberta?
No.
Okay, ROBERTAHO@comcast.net.
Yes.
refresh your
It's
email.
coming from the
please.
NAACP.
It says NAACP.
Oh, that's why. Oh,
Remember I
all
said
right.
I apologize, I used their account, and that's how it was set up. I'm sorry.
Okay, I got it then.
But it is the city of, because I already had that account, because I did it for the NAACP when we did our elections. So I used the same account because it didn't cost us anything. But it's real easy to use. It's self-explanatory. And I set it to end at 7:40, Madam Chair.
Okay.
So,
Miss Renee, you spelled my name wrong. It's A, not O.
oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay, no
I'm
problem.
sorry, Roberta. I apologize. It's the way it was given to me. I do apologize.
It's okay, no
It's
problem.
HA?
No, the
No,
last.
it's RA. I hit RO. But
Oh,
obviously I made a typo because I sent it to the right email address.
Yes, you did.
I was saying that I'd be willing to do a lot more, but I'm already the chair of the English High Alumni Association, which is the oldest public high school in America, and we're celebrating our 200th anniversary last year, but we're having a big gala coming up in October. So a lot of time is being put into that. And I definitely want to talk to Michael at some point about Bentley, about future students coming your way. But so that otherwise I would definitely do more, but right now I have to kind of get through this.
That's
A
great
good
work.
school. Yeah, I'm
Oldest
Bentley
public high school.
proud as an alum of Bentley. I'm an alum of BU, but I'm also an alum of Bentley. So I'm Bentley proud.
And where'd you go to high school?
I went to undergrad, University of Rochester in upstate New York. And I went to Jamaica High. I'm from New York. I'm not
That's
from
right. I remember we had that conversation about everybody
Mhm.
who's from New York. All right.
And may I say, Madam Vice Chair, I still remember that comment you said that you were from New York and the only color they see in New York is green.
Not Celtic green.
That's it.
Not Celtic green. Definitely not. I guess I should look and see if everybody has voted. I have not looked to see if we have all the ballots in. 8 voters. It says I got 6 minutes and 47 seconds left. So do you have anything else while the ballot stays open, Madam Chair? And is somebody that says OML violation? Is that somebody we should be omitting? In the as a participant, Madam Chair, you're on mute. We can't hear you, Madam Chair.
I'm sorry. No, no, that is more disruption in the name itself, and you need to be respectful first and foremost to the meeting. Councilor Bryant, is there any rule against not letting
No,
someone that we know to be
no,
disruptive?
especially with the use of profanity and repeat. I mean, the person or the entity was let in originally, but yeah, that is not allowable. And since the person is actually not a member of the organization.
Well, they can be a member of the public, but they're not using a name. They're doing the anonymous thing with the profanities.
Yeah.
Exactly, but
So
typically,
I'm not allowing it. The Puma.
you're in line. It is within your purview not to allow it.
Okay.
And typically, the formerly meetings, if people didn't identify themselves and their address in Framingham, they had to be Framingham residents. They were not allowed to speak in meetings, but most subcommittees and groups have been more relaxed with that, but definitely disrespectful language and whatnot, and anything that's going to take the work off course,
Right.
Can be,
especially with the recent disruption from the anonymous FOIA complaints and such. So this person has re-entered the room and changed the screen name to something else, open meeting law violation. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah, it is not an open meeting law violation.
No, we're not doing that.
No, I was under the impression that if you are using profanity, we did not have to permit anybody that was using profanity.
No. We went with city council's rules, and you could not be disruptive, and disrespectful,
Yep.
or you can be put out. So that we're going to stick with that. All right.
Well,
Is everyone
while we
submitted?
do that, I'm going to share my screen because you all asked me about this event, about the Juneteenth event here in Framingham. And I just want to make sure everybody's aware of the Juneteenth event here in Framingham. I'm just sharing my screen just to make sure everybody knows that next Saturday from 2 to 7 at the Framingham Farm Pond, that they are going to be celebrating Juneteenth with food and music, raffles. Bring your kids. There'll be some face painting. I will send this out to the entire commission. I'll give it to you, BB. You can send it out to everybody.
Yeah. Also, since this is my last day, everyone, it'll be up
Yes.
to you to reach out to Ricky Tableham and ask him if he is allowing tables, if it's that sort of event. Coach Hayes knows Rick. Renee knows Rick. I mean, I'm happy to ask him, but at
Who
this
is it
point,
that's doing it?
Ricky Tableham.
Okay.
It's Rick. Okay.
Not the
thank-
Rick, not the person from St. Paul, from GFCC.
Yes.
Oh, that Rick. Oh, yeah. I have his email if you need it.
So
Bibi, thank you so much for your service on the
Yes.
commission.
thank you much. And Coach Hayes, if you want to lead that charge, for the table,
I'll reach out to Rick.
yeah, 'cause, it would be nice if we had materials and such,
It
or
would be great.
T-shirts to wear to events. I'll buy one.
Mhm.
But we could do
That would
many
be
of these.
wonderful.
So I'm in another I'm on another board, and we have buttons and stuff that we have at the table. We walk around and just talk to folks and let them know who we are. And we don't have materials at the moment. I mean, we've created our logo and in the letterhead and everything. It's electronic, and I'll send that to whomever's voted in tonight. But we talked once before about subcommittees, and it'd be nice if someone wanted to head that, the social functions.
It's only, just so you know, we're waiting. It's got 2 more minutes. I've got 7 voters. So someone didn't vote. I don't know who. I won't know.
I have my receipt. It wasn't me.
Let me check.
Did everybody get their receipt back saying that they voted?
I did.
I have my receipt.
Somebody help me out here because I've submitted the ballot and I don't know whether it went through.
Did you get a receipt back to say you voted?
No, I haven't seen anything of that nature. I'm looking at my ballot right now.
Refresh your email.
All right, but I'm back here looking at the ballot.
Oh, I know what the problem is, Bob. It's that we don't have a name to enter for vice chair and clerk because no one ran. So you just click that blank because you do have to fill something out. You click the blank and then you can submit.
Click both of those blanks quickly. You got 1 minute, Bob.
Okay.
Click both of them and then submit.
And the receipt will be in your email.
I got it. Download receipt. Okay.
There you go. Thank you. Good thing I asked. Yeah.
Can I just say in the interim that after Juneteenth, there will be lots of groups that will be very glad to interact and network with you guys that I think will be very useful in the work that you want to do in supporting them and them supporting your work.
Yeah, we need to be out in the community. Exactly, Tracy. We need to be out at all these events and creating that buzz and connecting and networking. That's what it's all about, because if they don't know who we are.
Yeah, it's not against open meeting law to send everyone an email of events. You can't discuss it or discuss commission business, but you can certainly send resources. Hey, let's get with this person over here. I think there's somebody, I'd like to discuss this and have this put on the agenda. But do not respond, because if we have a quorum of folks responding in an email, it is an open meeting law violation.
Right. But like you said, you can send out notices about events. And if it's not on your agenda, that can be discussed, but not in terms of any kind of work on the agenda or from your committee as a whole. But
How do we go about letting everybody in the community know that we are here and that they can ask us or come to us for issues? Is there a way that that's promoted either through the media or just on the city's website?
In the
We
past,
have a,
we had a Facebook page. We are no longer allowed to have separate Facebook pages.
Mhm.
The city was making an effort to make sure everyone was on brand. So you can
Okay.
submit something to
Facebook.
Kezia, the citizen participation officer, and she will have it posted to the city social media. They Facebook, I see things. I have been on the Twitter and Instagram, but they will post it for us. And then there's, us being visible.
Is it posted to, like, if someone goes on to the city website, can they click on something that says HRC
Mhm.
and post something there?
I don't know. I've never tried it. I think we would have to talk to Kezia about how it's
yeah,
going to go, because the last time we visited this, we were speaking with Allah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there should
Have
be
to
a way
find
if
that.
somebody has an issue that they can reach us by way of the
Mhm.
city's website.
There is. We were given an email. However, we have not activated it because we haven't figured out how we're going to respond, who
Process
is
it.
going to respond, how the records are going to be kept, who
Mm.
we're reporting to. We don't have a DEI officer at the minute. Um, Again, a reminder, reach back out to the mayor and ask for that timeline on the revision of the job description and when they expect to hire one. We don't have anyone to report to at this time. If we did get someone looking, to speak with us, it went through ALA and through the city, and then they would email the
mhm,
chair and say, this person would like you to contact them.
mhm.
That was the way it was done in the past. So we do have an email address. It can be activated, but it has to be decided how it's going to be handled. And then who you take it to resolve an issue. Because
Okay.
we really don't have a whole lot of power in that way of addressing issues. You can certainly invite the public, the person, to a meeting to discuss the issue. And then we can, decide as commission. I'm going to reach out to the mayor and ask what can be done about this, and bring it to the mayor's attention. When the DEI officer was here, that was that was our point. But we don't have
So that's something that we can talk about for our next meeting, is come up with a process that we'd like to see and then suggest it to the mayor's office.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, I see Renan is that Renan? You want to let him in?
right. But he is.
While you do that, if you all would like, I have the results, because it's, one thing about electronic, I don't have to do anything. I can just go out to the system and I'm going to share the screen and share the results. So you'll notice it's totally not done by me, done by you. And those are our results.
Okay.
Congratulations, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael.
Congratulations, Michael.
You are our new chair. So the position
And
stands.
just so you all can see the 8 down there, where people just, selected the name.
Right, to move
Mhm.
through.
There's something nice about election runner. It's real easy, done
So,
deal.
being that Dana and Michael both wanted to be the chair, would Dana be eligible now to be the co-chair?
Vice chair, if he's
No,
interested in running.
not
He would-
because he did not run for it.
He did not run.
Okay.
Suggestion, perhaps on the next agenda, maybe you guys could think about the next two, positions, vice chair and clerk, and perhaps, Dana or someone else would be willing to step up by the next meeting or the meeting after
Yeah.
that.
Well,
kind of-
voting has happened already, and no one ran for vice chair, and so Renee is in the position. If someone wants,
okay. So
so
Renee
Renee,
will
So,
continue?
Renee
yeah, I
remains
think
vice chair, and we
I
still,
stay vice chair since nobody has run.
right,
That is true.
no one was ran for clerk, so the thing to be discussed would be clerk.
Clerk.
Clerk,
And
oh,
so
I'm
in
sorry,
this case,
I did not realize.
yeah, I didn't run.
Mhm.
This case, our clerk, unfortunately, was Tim, who passed away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I had a quick question, everyone. What about Hanan? Did you get a chance to vote?
No, voting closes at
The
7:40.
7:40.
Mhm.
It closed. Remember, I said to Bob, get it in quickly, Bob. You had 1 minute.
Well,
And,
one
and,
thing
and ballots were only sent to those who were in the meeting and confirmed that they were coming. Renan had emailed that he would not be able to make it. So
Yeah,
it
there
was
was,
not created for him. And I mean, had he come in at 7:30, we certainly could have plugged him
I
in.
could have added him at
But
7:30.
7:40, it automatically closes. This is all electronic.
okay. What I want to say though is this, is that,
Anon has his hand raised.
go ahead, I'm
I'm
so
sorry.
sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's, you know what,
I
that's,
can't find that part.
Oh, hi. I just want to apologize, everyone, because I wasn't actually doing translation for the water hearing at City Hall. That's why I couldn't be in the meeting in the beginning. I'm really sorry. So I just want to say that I'm here just to listen to the final minutes of it. So thank you so much.
And if you're looking at,
It's
yeah, the
okay,
results
Renan.
on the screen, we did vote. Michael is our new chair.
Oh, did we
And
stop for that?
and congratulations, Michael. I'm gonna let you speak momentarily. I stay as vice chair since nobody has run, and we were still looking for a clerk. Michael, would you like to? The floor is all yours, chair-elect.
Uh, I would just say thank you all. I appreciate you all having some confidence in me to try to lead our commission for the next year. Although I'm relatively new to city government, so I certainly will be relying on folks who have more experience than me to navigate some of the nuances of what it will entail to bring our commission more to the forefront of the public's mind, to make sure that they know that we are here and what we're able to do for the city. I'm excited to have a chance to get to work with you all over the course, of the next year to see where we can take the commission.
All right. I'm not so far away, and I will help you in any way I can, Michael, and I will certainly share the resources that I've collected in my decade here, so that, we're all pretty connected. Coach Hayes knows everybody, or at least they know him, so you can always ask him. But
I'm gonna
I'm
stop
happy
sharing, by the way,
to
so
share,
I
and
can see everybody's face.
if I get anybody who may want to work with the commission or need, to discuss something, I will certainly direct them. And I might pop up every now and again because I actually don't have to be a Framingham resident to come to a meeting. So I can come and listen and give public comment and say, hey, come to this event. They don't know y'all over here. So
You have some hands raised, Madam Chair.
I see Tracy.
I know, I always have something to say, but what I wanted to say, I came out of the womb that way. What I wanted to say was that I just want to just also give a shout out, a thank you to Dana for for all the work he does, and also just to congratulate the Human Relations Commission as a whole, because your dedication is unquestioned in terms of this work, and I know that to be true. And then my other comment is this: I would say a few years back, a lot of people in the community did feel that they could really just come during the meeting, raise issues, or give their feelings on things, and they just felt like they could bring it and leave it there, and then trust and see that you guys would either you would address them and communicate with them also, and if necessary, take it further for them, for the community or whatever, if it was a issue, or they would get some satisfaction. But so I did not know of all the layers of in between that. Is that still possible for the for residents to just come to a meeting? Should they ask for something to be on the agenda first, or what is the process?
You're muted, BB.
Public participation is always the last 15 minutes or so of the meeting, and we go over if we need the time, and they can certainly present anything. They are welcome to reach out to, it would be Kezia, the citizen participation officer, if they want to reach us, as the email is not active at this time. But they're certainly welcome to come during public participation and say, hey, I'd like to see this happen. What do you think about this? And, they're welcome. And I'm saying this as the chair going out. That's definitely up to the commission going forward, how they want to handle public participation and submissions from the public.
What is the position that's vacant that you mentioned earlier?
Clerk.
No, not that. I'm talking about it, that we report to if it was there. What's that
Diversity, equity, and inclusion officer.
Oh, they don't.
Used to be
Okay.
Dr. Barrows. She's no longer with us.
Okay. Okay.
Could we figure out an agenda for the next meeting? Now? Just, I mean, you know, it's a significant amount, it's a significant amount of time, and, you know, I want to come to next meeting. I mean, I'm thinking for myself, I know you guys have mentioned this several times, pick an issue that
Right, Madam Chair?
I'm sorry, I froze. I heard pick an issue.
So, my question was, can we come up with an agenda for the next meeting? It sounds like July, we're not meeting, maybe August. Are we meeting in August?
Yes.
We don't meet in July. August, there is a meeting, should be a meeting. The problem with picking an issue to address is that we have not been able to achieve a quorum to address anything. And so that has been the long-standing issue. We haven't had a quorum for months to vote even on meeting minutes. You can certainly suggest anything be added to the agenda and reach out to your chair.
Okay.
Just keep that in mind, that if there's no quorum, nothing moves.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
At the beginning of the meeting, you had indicated that there would be 4 people that will be leaving the commission,
Yes.
which leaves us 8. Is that correct?
No, we're supposed to be 13. So
13.
right
Leave
now,
us 9.
Erica's gone. I'm gone. Sarah Weimert is gone. So we're 3 down. We should be 10 at this point. Who we missing?
So-
Erica's not here tonight.
So if that's the case, do we have to retain the form at 7, even though there are only 14 or 13 people on the commission?
Yes, the quorum has
Well,
to
then
be.
I think that my consideration, I would like, you know, for the chairperson to consider of notifying Kazea and let her know that there are 4 people that are retiring.
She does
And
know.
that we need,
She does know. And we did get a chance to meet with Kezia. She's aware of our issues achieving a quorum and has been actively voting.
Madam Chair, there's
that the-
someone in the waiting room. I'm going to admit them. There
Okay.
is someone out in the waiting room.
Okay, go ahead. Kezia has been actively promoting all open seats, all open availability for all commissions and boards with the city. So they are aware that we're short and they're trying to help. So you weren't here at that meeting, Roberta. We did have a discussion about doing our own recruiting, reaching out to those we think might be interested in being on the commission and encouraging them to apply. So that's something that could be revisited.
I think that there's a need to advertise or market the commission.
I agree.
Because I didn't even know anything about that it existed until I was approached. So I think that in order for you to be able to recruit people, you have to advertise, you have to make yourself known. And that's the first step, I think. It's an important step. Otherwise, and everybody has to be sending out the same message. We should have a brochure or some kind of flyer or informational sheet indicating what our mission is, you know, what we do, what we would like to do, you know, something, whoever's in marketing can, you know, write that up. But we need to make ourselves known. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to try to recruit people.
I agree, Roberta. So again, the city citizen participation officer is handling that, and she sends out the link. And when you click on the link to apply, you're giving the description of the commission and what its purpose is. Again, we are not allowed to create our own materials, and it has to go through Kezia because there is this effort to remain on brand to make sure the city, everyone is doing it in an approved way. So
if we make a suggestion, they have the budget to support what we're requesting?
We have no money. We never have money, and that's another fight.
They have the money.
Doesn't mean we can't though. Get money.
We can ask them to do it for us.
We have, what they have on the website and the way Kezia sends it out. But as far as funds are concerned, that is a longstanding issue, and I'll let Bob take that one.
Well, basically what it was in the past, we had a budget, but we had an office, we had an administrator that was all compiled into a budget that allowed for us to have expenditures. The reality is when we lost the administrator, then came the loss of the office, and then came the loss of the money. So there's a sense that the town saw what the commission was able to do was to disseminate anything that it had to address to other agencies within the community, within the town structure. So that is in a sense why it's all gone. It's all gone over the years. When we're asking for money, there has to be some justification for the money, obviously. Getting an administrator may appear to be out of the question. And I think we saw that the diversity officer was going to be a possible answer to an administrator that we lost. That would be a person who would have an ear to what's going on in the community and could present to us certain issues that may affect the community. I would say also to this that the aspect of money, we'd have to justify what we want the money for. And it isn't just for the idea of publishing a flyer or something like that, because that, I'd hate to say it in this fashion, that would seemingly be such a small item on the agenda of an entire budget. But it has to be something we'd have to come up with that says we need the money for this reason. And then they might return with the same answer as they've given us over the years. That is, those issues can be handled by, and they would offer us alternatives. So I think we know that right now, our biggest concern is that, as you say, it's getting members. It is getting members. Right now, we have an opportunity to reduce the need for members by dropping it to 10. I know that's a sore subject. Some people say we need 13. We want to have everybody in the community involved and have it inclusive. The thing is that in the past, we had that inclusivity by the fact that we had different aspects of the community willing to send a delegate to be on the commission. I go back to the years of Smiles, where we had that organization who represented the Hispanic community. We had a person on disabilities before it became a commission who represented the needs of that community. We need to find delegates from the different areas of the community to just be here, and so that we have an inclusive area. But we haven't been able to get that. We just haven't been able to do that. And so that's more of us a personal contact. I dare say over the years, we have had publicity. When it was illegal for us to have our Facebook, we had the Facebook item out there, and we still didn't have the interest. We had a mayor who was very, very pro-commission and was able to have the contacts with people, many of whom are on the commission now, who were asked specifically if they'd be interested in joining the commission. The reality is that's not what's going on now, and it's no more so than it was way back when we had ourselves as a town. There wasn't that somebody out there picking people, although some people were picked and unfortunately didn't pan out in the commission. And so that was a danger that they had by letting somebody else select. But I think we're at a crossroads right now. We worry about a commission. We worry about having a quorum, but we also realize we don't have 13 seats filled. Well, right now, with 3 people vacating the office, we don't have to worry about offending the 2 people who might not be at the meeting tonight and simply saying, hey, here's our chance. Why don't we just propose having 10? Then we could have a quorum of maybe less than what we need to have now. So there's a sense in my mind anyway that the commission has great ideals. We have a tremendous ideal. And I think Michael and Dana were proposing things that they wanted to present as the ideal of the commission. And the fact remains, though, we've been spending so much time on talking about numbers, We spend so much time talking about trying to get publicity out there that the reality is we have not done anything else of a significant measure other
Yep.
than the times we've answered to people that have brought up an issue and we addressed it. But we've got some serious work.
Dana?
Can I make a suggestion about the number on the commission? It can be written, the description can be changed to make it a little bit more fluid, where it can be from, like, you have a bottom number, the minimum that you need to be on the commission, and then a maximum, right? So then once you, anywhere in between, you do have to have a quorum for whatever number. But if you have 10 people on the commission, the quorum is a certain number. If you have 13, or when you get 13, then the quorum is a different number. Or if the minimum number is 7, right? Like that, but that, so that the commission can be operational and functional, whether there's 7 or whether there's 13 on there, like a range. It can be written. Many boards and committees do it that way, because they do have a fluctuation of residents or people at different times that can be on it. Like, it's not always going to be, they're not always able to achieve the maximum number. So that's one thing. It could easily be rewritten to accommodate that. And then that would answer the frustration in terms of not being able to meet. And that would include what Bob was saying about, if we have 10, let's go with that. And then the other thing, in terms of agenda items, do you guys have a process where people can suggest it here, but also by a certain time frame, they can email it in, so you have it all in writing? Okay, so you're good.
Can I just ask, I'm taking minutes, what's the quorum percentage now, BB? Is it a set number or is it a percentage?
One more than half.
Okay, thank you.
So should be, because we're 13, we have to have at least 7.
7. Okay.
So a simple majority. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I add, as Akosa was just saying, for next meeting agenda, let us vote on.
I'm sorry, Renee, I got it. It's Akosia. It's
thank you, Akosia. I won't ask for the last name because I didn't even try to type it in. I was typing when I was doing your numbers. Akosia asked, can we add to the agenda, Mr. Chair, and soon to be Chair-elect, for the next agenda, that we decide how we want to handle this count, so we can stop talking about it every meeting, and we can decide if we go to 10, if we decide to do a floor of 10 to a max of 13, so that we can then draft it and propose it to the city council, and we can then move on and actually get on into some business.
Yes, absolutely.
I second that idea. All in favor, I guess, be the next.
Motion to put it on the agenda.
I agree with that.
Put it on the agenda, because we can't have it
Yes.
now because it would be a violation, but we can put it on the agenda for next meeting.
And he seconded it.
Yeah. I'd like to ask to add to the agenda, maybe putting together a subcommittee to go sit with the mayor to have a serious discussion about how this commission is viewed, and to make sure that we are valued and we are respected and that we are given what we need to do our job. And I think Dana and I would probably, Dana, I'd be willing to do that with you. You seem to have a good relationship with Charlie.
And I would ask that we include Michael as the chair.
Yeah, I was really
Of course,
for that as well.
yeah. Dana?
I think you should ask to also meet with,
You there, Dana?
Dana, you're muted.
You're muted. Dana, you're muted.
He may be frozen.
I think he's
No.
frozen.
No,
He's moving.
not.
Oh, sorry about that.
There you go.
We need to do a little damage control from the last meeting with the mayor, but yeah, no problem. I think we can do it. No.
All right, so maybe you, me, and Michael can get together and chat about that.
No.
No.
You can't do that.
Happen in meeting.
Don't do that. That's a violation of the open meeting.
What was that again?
That would be a violation of the open meeting law. You cannot discuss outside of the meeting. We'll put it on the agenda, and then the discussion has to take place in the meeting.
Now, what about if can we form a subcommittee to deal with specific issues at any point?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Still, you
suggesting.
have
That's
to
what I'm
have a
But we,
suggesting.
quorum.
but we, yeah, but we
So you have
can't
to have
have
a
a
quorum
discussion
of that
yet.
subcommittee. So that's it.
Right.
I'm going to send open meeting law information to Gregory and Roberta so that they have it and understand.
Mhm. But we can't even just, it's agenda item now, Greg, for next meeting,
Right.
that we want to form a subcommittee.
Right. That's
And we're gonna discuss how much, the number of the people, and then we can have it, but we can't have that discussion about
Until
that
then.
because it
Okay.
wasn't on the
Mhm.
agenda.
Yep. I got you.
But right
Would it
now, we're
be-
just drafting the next agenda.
Got you.
Would it be advantageous if you include Kasaya as part of that meeting? So this way, everybody's on the same page? That subcommittee.
Let's
meeting with
talk
the
about
mayor.
that.
That would be
Let's,
part of what we would do in the subcommittee.
we'll do that at next meeting, Roberta.
Mhm.
Again, we can't discuss the concerns of the subcommittee because you're in violation. And we're gonna,
Right.
you can just put it as an agenda item, and then we'll
Mhm.
talk about who should be in there. That would be part of the agenda item.
Got you.
Okay. Can I just say, I appreciate what Dana said about damage control, because he's thinking practically in the world. But I do want to say that I hope and I believe that the mayor will operate at the highest level of professionalism, which would mean that there should be no recriminations with this commission because he was maybe uncomfortable at his first meeting with the commission, or viewed it differently. There was some, difference of understanding about that meeting. I think that he would be happy to have this commission eager to go forward. And that should be, I believe, the attitude, because ultimately this commission is representing the city and has basically begged to be utilized by the administration. And I think that the subcommittee reaching out will be welcomed, I would expect.
Gregory and Roberta, for reference, you can visit the city's website and go to the meeting portal to view the video of the last meeting with the mayor, to see what has already been discussed and what has been put on the table, to get an idea of where the commission is thus far.
Okay.
I'll put the link in the chat.
Thanks.
And not to have that discussion, Madam Chair, but just to know, Dana, I was given tasks, and I did do is I sent a thank you note to the mayor and to his staff for coming, attending, and having what is known as difficult discussions and being present in the room. So I did that, and I got a lovely response back from his staff. I will find it and I will add that to our agenda item for the next meeting.
Thank you.
Great.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Can we also add to the agenda thing, like topics or certain causes that we'd be interested in considering to work on as well for the future?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. On the agenda, I usually put that down as commissioner's input or commissioner announcements. In the past, before there was this quorum issue, and we would bring to the table something that we like to do. Dana brought one of his charitable events. He did a food drive, and he presented that, and who would like to be a part of that. And there's quite some history. I will start to dig it all up and forward to our newest members so they know what the commission has done in the past. But absolutely, you can always suggest anything be put on the agenda. How much we can fit into the 1 hour and possibly 45 minutes, since we were kicked out last time, that is, to be determined by the chair.
Things can always go on the next agenda or the
Right.
third agenda, the fourth, you
Right.
can carry over. Yeah.
It's just hard to really get through any one thing in one meeting.
It is. It is. We could use a couple hours, easy.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Anything else, anyone?
You said you would put something
I
in the
will.
chat?
I will have the minutes for the next meeting. I will get the minutes out to everyone. And you can see if there's anything that I've omitted.
I want to say that Mr. Hayes's comments about the subcommittee, the suggestion, I think that is great. But I want to say too that in the community, when people, those who already know and those who find out that there is a Human Relations Commission, they're thrilled. They look at it as a beacon.
Yeah.
Right.
Something that's there if they need it.
Right.
So the community loves the fact that the Human Relations Commission exists. And so they're very pleased with that.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Tracy. And thank you so much for coming tonight. We need to get, that's what I mentioned earlier, just to get out and network and let the community know what we do, because they don't. Most of them don't. But once they know, they're more apt to get involved and help out and volunteer.
Mhm. I was at the water and sewer meeting too, as with Renan, the hearing, but it got over early, so that's why I was able to attend.
Oh, thank you.
Let me just add for Roberta and Akosua, because she's asked about it, and for Gregory, there used to be an onboarding, a training given by well, Alla was involved. She was citizen participation officer, and Chris Petrini, the city solicitor. There's an open meeting law training that everyone was required to do. I have not seen that since COVID hit.
It's online.
I did it last week.
It's online. It's virtual.
I just did it.
Okay. I'm not sure how it's done now, if it's offered to new members when they come on, because
We have to
during
do
my
it.
onboarding and swearing in,
Yeah.
it was given to me.
Mhm.
And when you said it's online, were you sent to it by the city,
No,
or did you look it up for yourself, Michael?
they give you a document when I
Okay,
get sworn in, and it tells you to go to this link.
okay,
You go there and it takes you to the course, and then they give you a little test.
okay.
That was a conflict of interest law. That
Right,
was,
but it was also some information about the meetings. That
The
was
OML,
was a
usually there's
document.
both.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've put the open meeting law
yeah, I saw
um,
that.
website for Massachusetts here and in the chat, and you can find most any answer to most questions there. It was there that I hadn't learned this, that we do not have to respond to anonymous complaints. They need to be a real person with an address and such. And while we are, we certainly can address it, um, you'll find that with the Zoom format, it is much easier for anonymous people to troll and
Yeah.
disrupt the meeting and to cause problems. So it would be nice to get back to the in-person format,
Mhm.
because then they would actually have to show up. But they don't have to show up to complain if we're going to keep both
Mhm.
in-person and Zoom access, which is great for accessibility to those who can't get in the building. That's certainly something I would suggest keeping available for the public, because not everyone can make it down to City Hall for various reasons.
You
Um,
mentioned something about the recording from a previous.
it's
I
on
haven't seen that in the chat yet.
the city's meeting portal. I will attach it. I'll find it.
Also, you can have the tech department, the Zoom administrator, whatever, they can also turn off the chat and different things to control it. The water and sewer hearing, a lot of the stuff was turned off, but you could raise your hand, and at a certain time, the public could make comments, but it was limited. And if you guys want to stick to the public having their 15 minutes at the end of the meeting or before the meeting, then you can just turn it on at that point, or not turn it on. They can raise their hand and then be allowed to speak.
Mhm. Well, I'll put that as an agenda item while we're working virtually, how we're handling public comments. I'll put that down there.
And also, did you, Mr. Hayes, have to return paperwork to the city clerk's office, or the email that said that you completed the conflict of interest and the OML? Yeah. I think they have to keep it on record that it was completed.
Yeah. I can send it to you, to the whoever's supposed to gather stuff for the board. I sent it to I'll send it back to them and I have a copy of it so I can forward it to anybody that needs it.
I think that's all you really need to do. That's the standard process, I think, at least for city council and other groups. I didn't know whether commissions had to do it too, but obviously they did.
The HRC's meeting portal of all recordings is pasted in the chat
Got it. Thank you.
for reference.
Thanks for your leadership, baby. Thank you.
Yes, dear. Don't be a stranger.
Yeah,
Come
thank
I
you.
see us
won't, I won't,
again.
I won't, I won't, I won't. I will definitely, as I remember. Hey, y'all, hook up with this group over here. They're doing this and, they're doing this event and they like to collaborate with you. There's lots of talk in the community about forming coalitions, anti-racist coalitions, DEI coalitions and such. There are a lot of working groups in the community. Unfortunately, there are a lot of working groups in the community. So it becomes a nuisance to the city or whomever any group wants to meet with because they're meeting with I don't know how many groups at the moment. This was something that the DEI officer, Dr. Barrows, tried to do in the past, and she made space for everybody. However, I think it's such a good idea to form some sort of coalition so that we're all informed of what is going on in the city and know that hey, we're going to be over here at school committee, we're going to be doing this, we're doing this event, and we're providing this service, foods or whatever, and could you please come and support? Could you participate and such? I would like to suggest that because it's I think I understand for the mayor he's only one person, he's stretched very thin. A coalition makes sense so that there's one group. I will send you all the groups that I know of, and so you can collaborate with them.
Yeah, and Kazi has been very responsive to us and myself personally. And Greg and I are working on getting like basketball courts on the south side for the kids. We can't get to, Framingham High or Cameron. And she actually opened up a few courts for the kids, which is awesome.
That's nice. That's something that you should share with your fellow commissioners, Dana, so that they could support you and also reach out to their resources and their networks so that they could then come in and also, help you to plead your case because that seems to be the
Yes.
way to go with
Yep.
anything is that the more people you have requesting it, the more likely it is to happen. Manu has been here quite a few times trying to get some help with that over the years, and it's been hard because he's been on his own. So he's stronger in number. So
Well, he's on the group with us, and it happened.
Nice.
So, and it just happened. So yeah.
Where did you guys get extra space? I mean, we have Mary Dennison, and then you have like a basketball court in Interfaith and one in Carlson Road.
just
and one in
point of
Blue-
order.
Yeah,
We
well-
are now discussing things that are not on our agenda. So I'm gonna.
Oh,
I know, just gonna say,
Sorry.
Not-
Hi, Dana.
can we
Email
have
me,
can
Dana.
we call the meeting closed?
Yeah, I'm going to call the meeting and suggest that everyone get with everyone. Look in the email thread, Council Bryant. I am happy to share anyone's email with their permission. And you can discuss this offline because what we discuss
Sure.
here has to be on the agenda
Of course, I apologize.
for open meeting law. So
Mhm.
not to shut folks down.
No, it's
You see
fine.
what I mean, Nicole? We never get to finish anything within the hour and 15.
That's
It takes like 3 meetings to get stuff done. Except if Dana comes with his ready, like I need volunteers on Saturday. Who's coming? Then that's just the way it is. Now, if you all want to meet a couple times a month, good for you. But most of us, it's hard to just always keep this.
Mr. Chair-elect, I get
I
you
got
the
feedback.
minutes.
I
over
got
the
feedback
weekend.
from Rick that unfortunately we're all set at this point for vendor organization tables. Finalize those this week so I could finalize our site plan with the Park and Rec. Thank you for your outreach. If interested in next year's event, I can make sure someone contacts you once those preparations begin.
You guys aren't a vendor. If you want a little table, set up, I think I'll look into it.
Well, you can bombard somebody's event, though. It's just something that he can't handle right
It's-
now, so close to the date of his event. But Rick is very responsive in that way. So yeah, just stay in touch with them And
Yeah.
whenever
Well, I'm gonna call him, but I mean, yeah,
Tracy goes to church with Rick, and she's auntie, so she
yeah, I'm a deacon at
doing
Greater
Tracy.
Framingham.
Yeah, and I'm the
Don't do
chair of
what
the church
Tracy's doing.
council,
Tracy
so
can do that as auntie.
we can do that.
I've worked with Rick before, and I think vendor might, whatever,
Yeah,
whatever. We'll see. But
that means, yeah.
but he's
It
big
sounds
on.
like a whole lot more to
Can you
work,
all,
but
now, I know you all having great conversation. My TV's on and Liz is
yeah, we
talking.
need to go.
and I'm
Oh, all right.
going,
It's time to go check this out.
Motion
Is
to
there a
close.
motion to adjourn? But
Second.
just to
Second.
say before you do, Ms. Blackman, I want to thank you and commend you because you came on to this commission and took on responsibility when you already do just a gargantuan amount for your family, for your community, for your neighborhood, more than just Framingham. And I didn't really know how you did. It was an act of will and obviously testament to your talents. And although I wish you could stay, I know you're gonna help anyway, but I know that even the time that you gave, I appreciate it. And so do we, because I know how much you had going on.
Thank you.
Yep,
I'm a
thank
being who
you.
I am wherever I go, and I've actually found something to do where I'm going, and I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it. All right.
Thank you.
and Mr. Chair to be, I will get you the minutes over the weekend. And you
so
can
much.
review them and then we can have them submitted to the body.
Thank you so
I
much.
will start to send you all the links how to set up and to get the meeting and everything. What I don't know, everyone, is am I allowed, with your permission, of course, do you mind if I send you all resources and if I send you past emails maybe that show what we've done and
Please.
I would
just
send
anything
it
that
to
I think
Michael.
might be helpful to newbies?
Sure, that'd be great.
You open to it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All right, everyone.
Is there a motion to adjourn and a second? on it?
Second, I second
Second
it.
right here.
Oh,
All in
Good
Good
favor?
luck to you, Phoebe.
Yeah. Good
Good
night,
luck to you.
everyone.
Okay,
All right,
So-
bye.
bye-bye.
bye.